Shari to release the coffee table book. I now request Governor RBI to kindly conduct the Honorable Governor of Maharashtra for the release of the coffee table book. On the eve of our anniversary, we released a special cover and customized my stamp dedicated to the Golden Jubilee of NIBM. The stamp was issued by the Department of Posts, Ministry of Communication, Government of India on the 31st of December 2019. It represents a fitting homage to the stature and prominence of this pioneering institute and the diligent efforts of the NIBM family for half a century. NIBM is privileged to present India Post's customized My Stamp on the Golden Jubilee of NIBM to the Honorable President of India. May I request Governor RBI to kindly do the honors. I now invite the Governor of Reserve Bank of India and Chairman of NIBM's Governing Board, Shri Shaktikanta Das, to say a few words on this occasion.
Honorable President of India, Honorable First Lady Srimati Savita Kovindji, Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Director NIBM, faculty members, staff, students and trainees of NIBM, members of Governing Board, senior officials of the Reserve Bank of India and the scheduled commercial banks, members of media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a matter of immense pride to have in our midst the Honorable President of India on this momentous occasion. His presence here is a source of great inspiration to all the stakeholders, to the staff, the faculty and everyone associated with the NIBM. The Golden Jubilee celebration of an institution is indeed an event of great joy. But when it is for a national institution such as the NIBM, it's a matter of pride and glory. The presence of the Honorable President, as I mentioned earlier, reflects the importance ascribed by the Honorable President to an institution which has a stellar role in shaping leaders for the financial sector in India. On this momentous occasion, I deem it my privilege to also congratulate and convey my best wishes to all the faculty and staff members of NIBM for this achievement. Recently, in his joint address to the Parliament, on the eve of the budget session, the Honorable President had spoken about a new India which enriches the 21st century world with the power of its knowledge. Institutions like NIBM will significantly contribute to this process in the years and months to come. Recognizing the need for skill upgradation and capacity development in the financial sector, the Reserve Bank of India, in consultation with the Government of India, established the NIBM and positioned it as a leading think tank for the banking sector. Since its inception in 1969, NIBM over the past 5 decades has contributed immensely to the capacity building needs of the banking sector in India. It continues to facilitate the sector's transition into the 21st century, which is witnessing rapid confluence of ideas, knowledge and innovation-driven change. The banking sector has benefited a great deal with the absorption of technology. But to manage change effectively and to continue improving the banking services through operational and strategic excellence, banks also have to ensure that change management is integrated into their strategic and operational domains. Towards this end, NIBM can play a catalytic role in supplementing the efforts for developing leadership and domain skills for the financial sector by adopting, number one, a right mix of academic and experiential approach to skill development. Number two, by undertaking research and collaboration in banking space to design suitable interventions for tackling emerging risks from issues such as climate change, cybersecurity, new business models, etc. And three, by repositioning itself to become a preferred institution for the banks and other financial sector players to enhance the skill set of their executives. The Reserve Bank will continue to support all the efforts of NIBM in this direction. On its part, the RBI continues to focus on strengthening the overall ecosystem of our banking and financial sector. I am confident that in the years to come, the NIBM will scale new heights of success and continue to excel in providing the right platform for imparting the desired skill sets to the banking professionals by using innovative training pedagogies, think tank-based learning methodologies, while also enhancing its research outcomes. In this journey of excellence, the Reserve Bank and all other member institutions of the NIBM, which support in various ways the running and the operations of NIBM, shall provide the necessary support required by NIBM to emerge as an institution of national and international excellence. We look forward to engaging with NIBM in all its endeavors. On behalf of the Governing Board and on behalf of the Reserve Bank of India, I deem it a privilege to say in the presence of the Honorable President of India our best wishes to NIBM to scale new heights in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your gracious tribute to NIBM and your cordial wishes to the NIBM family. May I now request the Honorable President of India to kindly deliver NIBM's Golden Jubilee Address. Ladies and gentlemen, Shri Ramnath Kovind, the Honorable President of India.
Governor of Maharashtra, Sri Bhagat Singh Koshyari ji, Sri Anil Parab, Minister of Transport and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Maharashtra, Governor, Reserve Bank of India, Sri C. Kanta Das ji, Director, National Institute of Bank Management, Dr. K. L. Dhingra, members of Governing Board, students, faculty, and staff members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to be here with all of you on the occasion of the Golden Jubilee of the celebrations of National Institute of Bank Management. 50 years of service to the nation is a matter of pride. I offer my hearty congratulations to everybody associated with the institute on this occasion. It was the great foresight of Reserve Bank of India and banks to have set up the National Institute of Bank Management for capacity building. It was founded as an autonomous apex institution for research, training, education and consultancy in bank management. It has been living up to its mandate. I gather that since inception, more than 1.1 lakh bankers have been trained here. NIBM campus has also hosted nearly 9,000 international students. The institute has thus contributed immensely to the building of India's soft power abroad. During my visits abroad as president, I am glad to see youngsters from India as well as those educated or trained in India making an impact. Ladies and gentlemen, banks are fulcrum of our economic system. Their efficiency in this role has earned trust and respect of people. Our constitution promised economic justice for all citizens. Banks were considered the crucial vehicle to deliver this constitutional commitment. On this occasion, I commend banks in India for charting out a mandate well beyond their traditional role as a financial intermediary. They have been an integral part of a state's efforts to reach out to every section of our population. Over the years, banks have played a sterling role in fueling India's economic growth. At the time of independence, the banking sector faced many challenges, including lack of presence and instability. For a nascent republic, these were major hurdles in creating economic opportunities for the citizens. But the progress made by the banking sector since then can be viewed with sense of satisfaction. Today, the number of bank branches opened in a year is comparable to the total number of branches we had at the time of independence. Banks have made their presence felt in most of villages in India. Regulatory oversight of the Reserve Bank of India has also brought greater stability to banking operations. I have learned that recently, role of Reserve Bank of India as a regulator has been enhanced. We trust that this will deter malpractices and make our financial systems more credible. Ladies and gentlemen, for a very long period after independence, a large number of people, particularly the poor, had no access to banking. Efforts made by banks under Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana have significantly changed this position. One can say that never before in history have so many been brought into the fold of the formal financial system. As the scheme progressed, nearly 35 crore bank accounts have been opened. This number is larger than the population of all countries except ours and China's. I heartily commend the efforts of all individuals in the banking sector in making it possible. I would also urge them not to leave any citizen behind. It need not be emphasized to a banker that this is also the best way of gaining market depth and de-risking operations. Ladies and gentlemen, through financial inclusion, we have taken rapid strides in covering the unbanked sectors of our population. The challenges before us is now to deeply involve those included. I would urge all of you to think of financial products which meet the needs of those at the bottom of the ladder. I have noted that NIBM has good research facilities. These need to be used for creation of financial products for the poorer sections of our population. Progress of the country depends on the contribution of the collective economic strength of the poor. Self-help group movements led by women have shown benefits one can reap by investing in the poor. Deep involvement of those at the bottom of ladder requires display of empathy and compassion by bankers. This needs greater engagement on part of banks with our underprivileged population and attitudinal changes towards them. Our banks have done a commendable job in changing banking from an elitist pursuit to a service available to common man. Millions of lives have been touched through direct transfer of funds under various welfare schemes to bank accounts of poor and the needy. I have learned that these funds amount to almost 9.2 lakh crore rupees. This is indeed very reassuring, and we can raise our bar of expectations. Women, all of you will agree, have greater financial acumen. I note with satisfaction that the gender gap in ownership of accounts is coming down rapidly. This takes us a few steps closer to our constitutional goal of economic as well as social justice. I request banks to take proactive measures to bring greater gender parity in ownership of financial assets. As part of our social responsibility, banks can adopt certain geographical areas for increasing financial awareness among women. NIBM may consider designing toolkits which banks can use. Ladies and gentlemen, I had the opportunity to meet many Divyang persons during my visits to different parts of India. My interaction with them revealed their tremendous potential when provided an enabling environment. Divyang are more than 2% of our population, and we have to make every effort to fully integrate them in the financial mainstream. I gather that Reserve Bank of India has issued detailed guidelines regarding easy access of banking facilities to Divyang Jan. I will urge Reserve Bank of India to proactively take all measures to improve access of financial services to our Divyang sisters and brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, India has become one of the largest economies in the world. Banks have been a constant part of India's growth saga. As India aims to become a $5 trillion economy, the banking sector has to start preparing for the next big leap. This mainly involves banking with the unbanked and securing the unsecured. In this pursuit, I urge NIBM to take responsibility of creating a pool of trained human resource which is skilled to serve banking institutions of global standards. India's future journey will be greatly helped if banks exhibit deeper reach and become more efficient. Given the growing size of our economy, we should aim to have more than just one name in the world's top 100 banks. Our future roadmap will also have to consider our demographic dividend. Banks have a significant role to play in ensuring that this advantage is suitably leveraged. Schemes such as Mudra and Startup India are channeling funds to aspirational districts. and entrepreneurs. I will request all bankers to keep a keen eye and not let a good idea die for lack of funding. Ladies and gentlemen, banks have been at the forefront of adopting technology. Innovations such as faster settlement of systems, internet banking and payment banks have made banking much easier for a customer. Global admiration, which indigenously developed United Payment Interface has drawn, is a tribute to leadership provided by Reserve Bank of India, and all Indians can be proud of this. I am certain that banks are keenly looking at new emerging technologies to maintain high standards. I trust Reserve Bank of India is also providing necessary guidance as well as addressing the issue of proper safeguards in adoption of technology. Ladies and gentlemen, after independence, banks were considered part of a social contract of ensuring growth with equity. Considering importance of banks in the economic system of the country, Banking Regulation Act was implemented in 1949. Founding fathers of our nation were very conscious of the role banks have to play as holders of public trust. I will exhort all bankers to judge their actions by this touchstone given to us. As custodian of public money, banks have significant fiduciary responsibility in the economy. They have to take all possible prudential measures to ensure that trust is not betrayed in any manner. Recent proposal to enhance deposit insurance coverage from rupees 1 lakh to rupees 5 lakh is a positive step in the direction of assuring our savings. From a small beginning, banks have become multicultural organizations. Banks therefore stand for the values of plurality enshrined in our Constitution. It is important that we continue to pursue equality and diversity both within the banks as well as in extending our services to the society. It is heartening to note that the NIBM has come to be widely recognized as a center of learning and excellence in India and abroad. I gather that NIBM is deploying manpower to meet evolving requirements of our banking system. Second, I congratulate Governor, Reserve Bank of India, current and past directors, faculty and staff of the Institute for this achievement and look forward to their greater dedication and contribution towards supporting the banking industry. I wish students and faculty of NIBM all success in their future endeavors and many glorious years ahead. Thank you. Jai Hind.